We have a video by our boy Decembro. We're gonna check it out. It's in relation to Lords of the Fallen 2 and the devs for plagiarism or something. I don't know too much about it, but maybe he'll tell us. Let's go ahead and check this out. Apparently plagiarism with the dev team, which is, I don't know. I don't believe it. We'll check it out.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's getting so tiring to see Lords of the Fallen, its CEO and its developers get falsely attacked over and over again by the same soy-ass group of people. For outsiders looking in, you'd think that these developers are making, like the video game equivalent of a nuke or something. I don't even know, but it's getting annoying, and even though this won't be a very long video, as they usually are since I've covered these instances before on the channel, I feel it's right to make this video anyway to inform you guys and to support the studio in a crappy time. They were already attacked last year when they were removed from their own game subreddit by Reddit moderators, who then declared the Lords of the Fallen subreddit as independent, as if they had some fucking form of revolution or something.
You fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? What a load of... See, what a load of horse shit. Why don't they just make their own subreddit? Like, why doesn't the developers just make their own subreddit? Like, honestly, just make your own. Separate yourself from them. Good Lord. Just separate yourself from them. By the way, I cannot preface this enough. The things that is going on between Game Journalists and Lords of the Fallen is minuscule compared to all the people that like Lords of the Fallen. The Game Journalists are temporary, the gamers are forever.
In the midst of this, they accused the CEO of being a fascist in a long-ass post packed with coded language about that nonsense, while really, he was just a soy boy redditor.
Our concerns are directed solely at the CEO, and at this time, no one else. You're a liar. You're a liar and you know it. You're a liar and you know it. Addressing the CEO of CI Games' politically motivated agenda, direct links to... You guys ever think it's fun? By the way, guys, they are getting this from game journalists and Redditors, all for just adding male and female instead of body type A and body type B. Let that sink in. That's all it takes for them to go wacko mode. That's it. These fucking weird ass freaks. They need to go. That's all it takes. Easy. Some developers can take it. But most of these developers are like, I don't want to incur the wrath of fucking Polygon or Bloomberg. I don't want to incur the wrath. Someone would probably shut down the devs' own. Someone would probably shut down the devs' own subreddit. Not if they owned it, right? It wouldn't be the first time Reddit did that. No, it's not.
Whining about recent decisions from the CEO to poll the community on what they wanted to see added to the game via updates and in future sequels. Questions about gameplay details pertaining to Souls-likes, and then artistic differences such as whether players care about characters' looks, do they want more detail, do they want them to be more geared towards attractiveness, or if it's just not that important to the players, etc. Also, an infamous poll that made these people lose their minds, which was
it's obvious that people want to have cool, badass looking characters. Obviously, duh. But like I said, I think Decembro's gonna say it. The reason that he's doing it is twofold. And it's already happening. It's already proving what I've said before to be correct. One, he's talking to his community. Everybody wants to go out and say, like, are they even talking to the community? Boom. He's talking to the community. Number two, it reveals the journalist's hand. Larian Studios felt it with Jason Schreier. Who else has felt it? Who else? Black Myth Wukong with IGN with that whole misogynistic towards women shit. You remember that? Everybody has felt all of this.
ask players whether they would prefer male and female terms to make a return in the character creator, or if they just want to keep the body type A and body type B thing, or...
Let this fucking sink in. Let's just sink in.
Third option, if they...
Why do gaming companies still think Polygon is relevant? Or IGN? Quora? That's what I'm fucking talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about. That is 100% true. If I made a video game, the only people that I would talk to are gamers online or streamers. And then IGN is going to be like, well, what's that game? Can we do like a thing with you guys? I'm just going to ignore their calls. Jason Schreier is going to call me and I'm going to just answer the phone. He's going to be like, hey, I'm Jason. And then I'm going to fucking hang up. That's what I'm going to do. I don't want the phone to just keep on ringing. I want Jason Schreier to answer the phone. I pick up the phone, hear him, hang up. But nobody has the fucking balls to fucking completely ignore them. They honestly think that these journalists, there are other websites that, you know, IGN and all these other places are not the only places that show trailers of their video games. There are other places that show off brand new video games, but everybody keeps on. IGN hasn't been relevant since I was in high school. I'm damn near 30. I feel you. Oh God, I'm 39. Oh God, thank you, chat. Appreciate that.
just don't care about any of this nonsense at all. This made these Redditors have a meltdown like never before upon seeing how much more people voted for male and female than the inhumane robotic A and B bullshit. It's honestly something that everyone with a modicum of common sense could expect after all these things spread out throughout our games, not because they were popular, but because they were forced in, and most people just...
You remember when Fighting Cowboy came out and after the developers were saying, hey, yeah, we're like, somebody said, hey, are we going to have attractive females with attractive, you know, characters and settings and stuff like that with cool costumes? And the developer said, yes. And then Fighting Cowboy with his fucking hot dog arms comes out and says, is the game going to be optimized? After the development team has literally fixed the optimization with Lords of the Fallen 1, and now they've learned so much from Lords of the Fallen 1, and they want to make sure that their second game comes out completely optimized. What a dumb, stupid thing to say. What a stupid thing to say. Like acting, what a disingenuous thing to say. Because the team has literally stayed with Lords of the Fallen to bring new updates to their first game. They're at 2.5 right now with a 2.5 version on Lords of the Fallen. So they're still adding stuff to that game. And now they're bringing you a new game. And he's over here coming out like, the game better be optimized when it's done. I agree with you, Fighting Cowboy, but I know what the fuck you're doing. And you're being disingenuous. You do realize that they fixed the optimization, and you, what did it ever fucking occur to you, you dumb bitch? Did you fucking, nope, easy, watch those words. I'm on YouTube. Did it ever fucking occur to you that maybe the development team has learned from the previous games and now they want to pass it over to the second game? It did occur to you that way. The only reason that you're talking out loud out of nowhere is because you feel like you're some sort of progressive fucking libtard right now, and you feel like you have to say your 2 cents. That's it. You got in your fucking feelings, and that's why you're here talking about optimization. Everybody knows that them fixing their first game that, you know, needed optimization means that they definitely... It's 2 + 2 equals 4. It's like, oh man, next time, I know we optimized the game for the first one, but next time when the game comes out, we need to have it optimized in day one. Why would we have a conversation about that? If you want, why, of course, That was the biggest thing that's why 2.0 version was a big thing, because they know they got lucky and got more people involved into Lords of the Fallen with that new version of Lords of the Fallen 2.0, was because the game was poorly optimized and the gameplay needed help because they cared about their own project. But that sort of skipped out of your brain, fighting cowboy. That didn't occur to you in your head, like, oh well, it looks like they've learned a lot from the first one. Here's the hoping that they'll do it on the second one. No, he came in with an attitude. He's a bitch.
Just tolerated it for years because number one, it's like whatever, who cares, just let me play the game. And number two, because if at any point you began caring and you asked questions or complained, these people would do to you what they did to the CEO, calling you a fascist and treating you like some kind of rabid dog for the most unhinged of reasons. And lastly, the CEO also caught a lot of fire for speaking out against DEI initiatives and programs in the creative field.
I find it funny. I find it really funny that everybody's like, listen, man, body type A and body type B doesn't matter. It's like body type A and body type B has always been around. Why are you complaining about this? And then the developer's like, okay, cool. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go back to male and female now. You motherfucker! And I'm like, why are you angry? Whoa. If it doesn't matter, then why are these journalists angry? You see what I'm saying? It's so weird. He's like, man, you don't need to worry about body type A and body type B. It's no big deal, dude. Well, if it's no big deal, then I'll just change it. I fucking hate you. See what I mean? I'm just like, if it doesn't matter, then why the fuck are you getting emotional? It matters to me because we need to have common sense back, because a lot of you motherfuckers out there are trying to blur the line between what is male and what is female. By the way, men, stay out of the women's bathroom. And so I'm sick and tired of these people coming out to you in bad faith like, oh man, it doesn't matter. Well, if it doesn't matter, hold on. Back in my day, the only body types that existed were ecto, endo, and ecomorphs. What? Which, to be fair, came out as being bullshit too.
Such as video games.
We're gonna have something brand new in the next year. They're just gonna add something else to the LGBT plus thing. They're gonna add something completely new.
He began inquiring a lot about this kind of stuff and ultimately made a statement against it on his profile, seeing it as antithetical to fun and creative freedom, which is true. Now, some people out there don't see this as a fully genuine move, just want to try and get in the good graces of a growing number of gamers who stand against it too. After all, these are
Daniel Vaber is doing the same thing, and Sven Vinka is also doing the same thing, coming out and specifying that we're not supposed to be making games that have politics. It's like, listen, games have politics, but when you put your own like political correctness in video games with virtue signaling stuff, people are gonna get upset and people are gonna feel like they're being taught instead of having fun. Would you like that? Would you like that? You're trying to make an attractive character on Veilguard, but you can't because they fucking downsized your breast size and your ass size. You see what I'm saying? How would it feel to play a game and you're starting off and already they're fucking on your on your like knees, basically saying, hey, you have the option to be trans in this game. Hey, you have an option to add they them. You got body types here. Hey, if you don't want an ass, we don't have them. You can't have tits. Oh, and also if you don't want tits, really, you could just cut them off. Does that sound nice to you? Does that sound fun? That does not sound like a video game to me. I am here to play video games to escape you fucking weirdos. You fucking freaks.
common sense thing, so it doesn't make any sense why he would buy into these things.
And having these developers come out and say these sort of things is a good thing, and I need more developers to do it. A lot of developers these days are fucking scared.
In the first place, such as initially making his Lords of the Fallen game have a body type A and body type B thing instead of male and female right from the beginning. It is male and female now, but that's because it was updated after the poll. So I understand some people may be skeptical as to the CEO's motives behind the scenes, perhaps wary of his intentions and hesitant to fully trust him, and that's fine. Trust doesn't come easy, no matter the company. But I would, and personally do, give them the benefit of the doubt, because at the end of the day, this body type bullshit became the standard in the games industry. It's what everyone was doing, so it's normal for humans to follow a thread. Hell, even Elden Ring, a game that sold over 30 million copies by now, still has, to this day, the body type A and body type B thing. So even FromSoft, all the way out there from Japan or whatever the hell they're from, bought into it. And in my view, what's
These localizers need to be fired.
important now is to normalize whenever developers wake up from this delusional shit and get back to developing games outside of this weird sphere of influence that has gripped the industry for the past 6 years plus, instead of, you know, endlessly purity testing them for minute things like these. Of course, this doesn't mean just band over and buy all their games, you know, you should of course still be mindful of reviews and the state of the very games that you buy. Be smart with your money always. I know I will. Life is getting more and more expensive out there, boys, especially in gaming. But I definitely won't be overly scrutinizing when a developer speaks against DEI elements and removes them from their games going forward, unless it's like some obviously blatant situation, like if fucking Ubisoft came out tomorrow like, you know, DEI is bad, then of course I'd be like, excuse me, what are you talking about?
If Ubisoft just came out, bro, if Ubisoft just came out trying to, like, not even from not even from, like, this is not coming from some Chinese person from Tencent, but somebody straight from France, like Guillemot de Tor, like if Guillemot came out and said, we took out all of the sexual assault offenders and we took out all of the DEI people, and now we will be making everything that is for straight people. And I'm gonna be like, bullshit. That's gonna be top of the news, by the way. They wouldn't admit it, but that'd be fucking crazy.
About brother. But anyway, let's get back on topic. So that was an entire saga of theirs last year with people attacking them, especially the CEO, but individual devs as well, because of that. With of course official games media adding wood to the fire. It got them this black sheep label of sorts for modern audience types out there who can't stand it when games aren't specifically tailored to represent every facet of their ideology. Then, just about a month ago, they get targeted again because of dedicating themselves to prioritizing good character design and player outfit choice in the upcoming Lords of the Fallen 2.
And in a recent post, who is this, by Grant Taylor Hill? In a recent post on social media, Merrick, the CEO, has revealed some lore about the studio and the creation of Lords of the Fallen. Many of you asked for body type A and B. Okay, so that's what he's quoting. The comments under the post came from curious fans, and one user asked, I'm gonna buy the game definitely. Will there be an attractive female character? And will there be revealing outfits and armor for them? Merrick simply responded, yes. I mean, this is just straight up unbiased. Yeah, this is, from what I'm seeing, this is unbiased. He's just giving information. Now Paul Tassi came out and said something about this.
Normal basic stuff such as featuring attractive looking female characters and female armor sets, and outfit choices of various styles and types, including stylish revealing ones, and also a more robust character creator with more options for us, got them to lose their minds. Like, I don't know, but they just up and lost their fucking minds over this too.
Listen. Oh, there's Paul Tassi. There he is. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. There he is. There he is. Top of the line game journalist. There he is. Okay. First off, let's start off with Alyssa Mercante. After they just saw attractive female character, after she saw that whole thing, she's showing off an emote where it's soap, and she's like, you need this. I don't know about you, but Alyssa Mercante looks like she puts butter on her pussy. Okay? So, if anybody needs the soap, it's her. Okay? Would I hit that? If I'm desperate. But most likely no. Because she icky. I'm not that desperate. I ain't there yet. But I'm just saying. She needs to look in the mirror. We got Stephanie GD. It's another fucking woman. Look, I like a sexy character as much as the next chronically online gooner. Then shut the fuck up, bitch, and get back in the kitchen. Who's next? Paul Tassi. You can just put this in your game and it's fine. What a fucking loser. What a fucking loser. You don't have to be a huge loser about it. What a fucking cuck thing to say. You know what I mean? What a cuck thing to say. It's like, we want to add attractive characters with attractive costumes in the game. And he's like, you don't have to say it. You don't have to be a loser. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. I feel like I need to be a kid and throw this kid in the nearest trash can because I'm the class bully. I hear him and I'm like, we need to bring back bullying. We need to put this guy in a trash can and then just roll him, you know, down the fucking parking lot. That's what I see. That, I'm sorry. That is. Let's continue because you just see certain people and you're just like, man, you ever see a person, you're just like, can I put him in a locker? No, I can't. I can't.
I don't even know what the hell is wrong with these people at this point. I don't know what they want. Like,
because they're losers. What is wrong with these people is that they are losers. And these losers have gained a platform. Now, let's be honest. There are always people like this, and social media has only amplified everybody's opinions, which is fine. We need to recognize that social media amplifies every sort of idea from everybody else, okay? I bet even back then, some kids didn't like Mortal Kombat, okay? Let's just be honest. Some kids didn't like Metroid. Some kids didn't like fucking like Bayonetta. Some kids didn't like, you know, certain characters, like, you know, within those sort of games, you know, like a game that's bloody or something. We're always gonna find people that disagree with certain games and, you know, certain developers and that sort of thing. It has always been there. Social media in 2026 has just amplified it to where we know everybody's opinion. However, you're still a loser. Okay, that hasn't changed. Okay, I don't know. It has not made you any. If we didn't have any internet, you would still be a loser. But it would be the same. Now I just know you're a loser. Okay, you know what I mean?
Are they just openly coming out and saying we want our games to look like crap? What? I don't know.
They are just they're libtards that think they know. They see, here's the thing I like about me being a conservative is that I'm okay with people disagreeing with me, and I'm okay with other people liking things that I don't like. However, these libtards don't like it when you like something that they don't like. That's the difference, okay? Now, is there people that are on the left that do like stuff and is okay with it, that's a little bit more, you know, centered? Yes, there is. But these individuals are not. They come out, they show their pussy on the fucking internet, and then they're wondering, why would you look at that lady? You see what actually, that's true. Alyssa Mercante has an OnlyFans. What am I talking about? Holy shit. Alyssa Mercante out here reading a thing about, yeah, we're going to make attractive characters. And then this bitch, hey, you could literally find nudes of Alyssa Mercante. And she's like, wow, you would do that? And I'm like, you're a whore. What are you doing? You're a slut. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh man, like is that the point that we're at now? Have we gotten there already? Because if it is, hey, you know what? Good. Better for me then. Easier for me to point out the bullshit and harder for the industry to keep justifying their choices of keeping these people employed and continuing to hire the same type of sensitivity consultant firms. A perfectly safe, tame-looking, normal-proportioned female character is enough to get some of these whack jobs to...
They got a whip coming out for the second game? I didn't even see that. I thought she was holding like a skull or something that was like an enchanted skull and you could do magic. I didn't know she was holding a whip. Bro, I know my build. I know my build for the second game, okay? I know my build. I know what build I want for the second game. Okay, I know what build.
Lose their minds and crash out online, including actual games media. Like, I must be living in a simulation or some shit. They got bombarded with comments accusing them of being gooners, dismissing them and their designs, and scolded with articles labeling the studio as one making games for the wrong type of people. What the fuck does that even mean? What's going on here? What do we got?
You want to know the funny thing about this whole thing is, they won't say this about GTA 6. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? They are okay with saying this about Lords of the Fallen, but GTA 6 is gonna have more ass than any other game that's ever gonna come out. So they're coming at you with like, wow, I can't believe Lords of the Fallen would do this. This is the only prime reason that they are angry is because they hate the chuds. They hate Asmongold, they hate Dez, they hate me, they hate Hypno, they just hate them. That's it. That's all. It's kind of like with the whole Trump thing. People are mad at Trump for helping not only the US but also helping out Venezuela. But for some odd reason, people in fucking in America are just like, how dare you take away their favorite dictator? You see what I'm saying? It's like, listen, we know more about Venezuela even though we've never been there. You see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Venezuela is more than happy to have Maduro out of their fucking area. It's the same thing that we got for video games. Listen, the only reason that they're angry at them is because Asmongold likes Lords of the Fallen. That's it. Point blank, period. When GTA 6 does it, they're just like, oh, I can't wait to play Mr. Rockstar. Mr. Rockstar, will you let me have a review code? If you please? Oh, golly gee. I'll do whatever you want. You want me to suck your fat billion-dollar cock? Okay. They don't care. They'll do that because it's GTA, one of the biggest games in history. Of course they'll do that. But since Asmongold did a positive review on Lords of the Fallen, the chuds like the game, they hate the game. That's it. That's why they liked Concord, because the chuds didn't like Concord. It matched with their beliefs. That's why they gave a good score on Dustborn, because the chuds didn't like it and it followed their beliefs. That's why they gave 9 out of 10. I'm still gonna say it. They gave 9 out of 10 for Veilguard because the chuds didn't like it and it followed their beliefs. Period. They don't care what's in the game. They just care where the politics are going. You see what I'm saying? They are not gamers.
imposters among us? What is this? What is this? Is it skinwalkers? We got skinwalkers in our midst? Are the fucking skinwalkers playing video games?
Meanwhile, everybody out here is just like, I just want to play a good game. And then boom, they play a good game. They can make whatever they want. But let's go.
Too? I talked about it in this video on screen, also adding in the same type of reaction from the same type of people. You know the ones.
Exactly.
Mad that the new Lara Croft looks like Lara Croft again. I don't even know.
You see, are you noticing a pattern, chat? It's another liberal white woman. Woof! This new design of Lara Croft is really jarring. I joked that she looks like those anti-woke face turned photos of make gaming characters hot again, but I don't know if it's a joke anymore. What you mean she's fighting for her life and has a thick set of falsies? See what I fucking mean? These are not gamers. They are trying to be activists. That's it. They are not gamers. They are out here to be activists, and they just hate anybody that doesn't fit their worldview. That's all they are. Losers.
How to react to that? Like you can't be for real. Everything gets fucking attacked these days. Like, your options as a game developer while designing women in your games, if you don't want to be attacked online by retards and game journalists, apparently is to make them fat, bald, or muscular, or maybe a mix of all three. Also, to make sure that they're 100% safe, you should probably cover them up entirely. Give them the Concord armor set to make sure that any and all forms of the female figure
And remember, they gave good scores about this game, and they didn't play the game. Not only that, they didn't even talk about the game. They said, the chuds don't like the game? Praise be to Concord. Praise be. And then the game got shut down so fast that they had to course correct. And as soon as the game got flagged off the fucking net, they just stayed silent. And it was so, bro, let me tell you, the internet was so pure those couple of days where they just stayed silent, living in their Concord world. It was so beautiful. It was, oh my God, it felt so good. They're like, man, this is the greatest game ever. Didn't even play it, game died.
Skin are covered up by round, tanky pieces of armor. Do that, fellas, and you'll be safe. Anything more than that, and I'm sorry, guys.
I love it when developers try to depict black women as fucking ugly, which is, to be fair, a lot of ratchet women out there that are black are fucking ugly, but good lord, when you see an attractive black woman, it's like a fucking it's like water in the fucking desert. You're like, oh shit, you mean to tell me you guys eat less?
But you're making games for the wrong kind.
I want more developers to do.
And now they're being targeted again, being accused of using AI to copy character designs from FromSoft games. Specifically, they're taking this picture right here of a gear set that the studio posted.
Let me guess, they think it's Artorias because he's got blue cloth and he's got a big sword. That's it. Listen, hey, look, listen. Well, check this out. We got a person with armor, and he's got a blue fucking scarf, and he's got a great sword. Only Artorias can wear that armor. Watch, I know they're gonna do it.
They've been posting multiple over time.
I could see the resemblance, but that would be fucking ridiculous if they think that, like, oh, only one person can make a knight with blue cloth and a great sword. Only one person can do that.
And they're saying that it's a copy of this character named Wilder from Elden Ring.
Wilder? I thought it would be Artorias. This is not even close. This is not even close. Where are we going?
Rain. And bro, I don't even see that goddamn similarity here. I see the same color scheme, sort of, with that kind of whole...
The only reason is because blue cloth and silver and silver tinted armor. That's it. Don't look at anything else. Nothing else. Silver armor and blue cloth. That's it. You want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? There are different factions in Elden Ring, and guess what? There's a lot of smaller enemies that just have the same armor, but different cloth on. You know what I mean? There's one that has the golden fucking tree cloth on his armor, but it has the same armor. And then there's the enemy that has the red cloth, you know, from the Scarlet Rot area with, you know, the same type of armor. So are those two fighting each other, going like, you stole my fit? No, you stole my drip. No, you stole my drip. You know what I mean? What do we do? So the fact that Elden Ring did all this armor, all for Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, you have to make something. It's like if you have armor, you took that from FromSoft. You gotta stop. Oh, he's got blue cloth on him? Only Elden Ring can do that. Bro, I feel like I'm, God, I thought I was retarded.
Thing mixing the brass color a little bit with blue, but that's it. The armors don't look alike at all, besides the fact that they're bloody armor sets in Souls-like video games. Besides, it's completely proven false by the studio, which showed how the armor design was made by one of their artists 5 months before Elden Ring Night Rain was even
I'm pleased to prove that yesterday's accusations of plagiarism are 100% false. By the way, he didn't have to do this. He really didn't have to do this. A newly revealed standard enemy was claimed to That's a standard enemy? Jesus! Was claimed to copy... That's a standard enemy? Good lord. One of the RANT enemies... So the armor was finalized in July. Okay, so before Night Rain. Visual overlap can occur in the video phase. By the way, you're not gonna get some sort of court order for this sort of shit. Perfect example. You know what? Let's let them finish. I wanna state about court orders and plagiarism after I hear everything
announced. And that's just like a saving grace right here, honestly. Like, thank God that they at least have these old ass Discord messages to be able to save their lives here by proving that this is purely a coincidence for those people who are still adamant about the studio stealing the design, which might coincide with a list of people out there who need glasses, by the way. I don't know. That might actually be a really good pre-order incentive for, you know, CI games to apply here. Buy a copy of Lords of the Fallen 2 and get a pair of fucking reading glasses.
Oh, nah, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye and 43% blind in my right eye. I don't see much of nothing. Matter of fact, I can't even see you, sir.
But even then, it wasn't enough to get these morons to stop. That's why this feels so forced. That's why it feels like a goddamn psyop to just shit on the studio because of the studio having opposing ideological standards and the rest.
This guy, Lords of Plagiarism, you're a fucking retard. You're a fucking retard. God damn. God damn. God, man. And also, the bottom one has more cloth. It has more cloth than the one at the bottom. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. I know where they think the plagiarism is, and it's going to make you laugh. Okay, here's where it is. Do you see the pommel for the Lords of the Fallen 2 one? And you see how it's like a trident thing at the pommel for Lords of the Fallen? Well, check out this one. It's not, it's almost the same, but different. Like, this almost looks like the Sunbro pommel at the bottom, but it's different. Oh, and also, by the way, here's another thing. Bro, guess what? There's more stuff that is just like the other armor. He's got metal armor. You see the helmet? You see the helmet? Also, he's got a great sword. There's only one person that can get a great sword. Okay, he's got blue cloth. He's got a blue gambesson. You know who else has a blue gambesson? Do you see what I mean? You don't really see anything. They do look kinda alike. That's because you see the color scheme. There's a person with a great sword, metal armor, cloth. That's it. It is the bare bones. This is nothing. Not even close. Did they bring up Artorias? Oh my god, bro. I knew they were gonna do it. I knew they were gonna do it. By the way, you want to know what's funny about this? The Wilder is a character you can choose in Night Rain. Artorias is a big NPC in Dark Souls. And the character that is part of Lords of the Fallen 2 is just a regular run-of-the-mill enemy. That's what's kind of funny. Now, here's what I gotta say, chat. Will this go to court for anything at all? No. You want to know why? It's because you cannot claim rights on armor and cloth and great swords. Now, if they did the same design as the... Wait a minute. Hold the fuck up. They added the gut sword in Elden Ring that's literally the gut sword from Berserk. Did they get any plagiarism? No, they fucking didn't. You are not going to get any sort of court order for any of this at all. The only way you're going to get a court order is if you take off the armor from the Lords of the Fallen character and it literally says each piece of the armor is the Artorias armor. You literally have said, this is why Power World and Pokemon have literally not, this is why Pokemon is not going at Power World for their pals. They're going at Power World for the way you grab the monster with a sphere and flying. Those are the two things. Not for their... You remember when everybody was like, oh, plagiarism, Power World. Look at the plagiarism from Power World. And then people were trying to stoke the flames with Power World to Power World so they can get in trouble. And Nintendo jumped over all of the fucking pals and said, you got flying monsters? And I'm over here like, what did he just say? Flying monsters and the sphere? I thought Nintendo was gonna go at the fucking the pals. They didn't. You want to know why? It's because they know they can't get they cannot do it. By the way, they already lost the whole thing they're losing, by the way. Nintendo's losing the whole war between Power World and the lawyer, the whole plagiarism thing on that thing. So they're kind of losing on that aspect. But they didn't go after the pals. It is because that would be too much. They know they would be overstepping. They know it. The only way you can get in trouble by this armor is unless you put the actual name, like, of the Dark Souls armor of those characters. So if you did the same exact sword of that sword from Artorias that was, with the wolf and stuff, and you gave it to that character from Lords of the Fallen, and you even named it that same sword, like, if you said Moonlight Greatsword and all this shit, obviously, you're probably going to get in a little bit more trouble, but not for the armor guy. If Nintendo's not going to do it for Power World, then what the fuck do you guys think? Every day, I find myself I'm over here thinking to myself, man, I must be the stupidest person in the world. And then I find these clowns and I'm like, never mind. I changed my fucking mind. You know how many games have flying monsters and the ability to summon monsters? That's what I mean. Nintendo is brain dead for trying to fucking protect. That's why they didn't do anything about PALs.
To the industry, because now they're backtrack coping by moving the goalpost and saying that it's still plagiarism. It's just that instead of Wilder, it's actually Artorias, because actually Wilder was based on Artorias. And again, fellas, I don't know, man. I guess maybe I'm legally blind because I don't even see the similarities between Artorias and Wilder, let alone the similarities between Artorias and the original design from Lords of the Fallen 2. Let's call it John Fallen from here on out. So John Fallen here doesn't look at all like that. But now the new cope is that it's lifted from Dark Souls 1 because, hey guys, look guys, Artorias has a blue shawl around his neck and shoulder area, and he holds his sword with one hand over the shoulder. Dude, I'm gonna need a strong drink. Like, I'm gonna need to hit it like I've never hit it before, dude. Like, people are actually this stupid, and I don't even know who they are. Like, is this what the Dark Souls community is like now? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm an old school Dark Souls enjoyer. I would choose those first games from FromSoft.
It's okay for random people to be stupid, but I'll be honest, it's kind of affected me a little bit. Not too much. When it's game journalists, then I have a problem. But if it's regular people on the online, I don't really care about it. All I'm saying is, if FromSoft comes out and gets picky out of fucking nowhere, I'm gonna be pissed.
Over the recent ones any day of the goddamn week, but I'm not familiar with this.
Whoa, what game are you playing? Is that a man with armor and a red hoodie? Is that a guy with armor and a red hoodie? Are you taking this from Warhammer 40K? With the Blood Angels? I'm telling. This is the same shit that Games Workshop tried to do with the words like Greatsword and Gambison. They tried to own the rights to Greatsword and Gambison? And so on and so forth. But that greed, that caustic, was Warhammer's fantasy. So no, they don't have a case. They don't have a case to fucking
who they are. Like, is this what the Dark Souls community is like now? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm an old school Dark Souls enjoyer. I would choose those first games from FromSoft over the recent ones any day of the goddamn week. But I'm not familiar with.
This guy's got armor on and he's got a red cape. It reminds me of Thor. Therefore, they need to be in court.
This level of.
Sometimes I hate the idea of calling myself a Souls fan because that means I'm a part of the same group of vapid retards that think FromSoft owns knights with blue cloth. Fucking based. Exactly. Bro. This is one of those moments where you're just like, you ever see something so retarded that you just look at it and you just walk away? Because if you start to have an argument or a debate about it, it's just going to take too long. You're going to get a headache and you just want to walk away, grab some water, maybe talk to your kids and, I don't know, feed them. You just want to sit down and watch, I don't know, an episode of 24.
Cringe at all. When did this happen?
This game is Darksiders? No, it's not. It's Blood Angels. There's only one person with armor and red cloth, and that's the Blood Angels. Please, Hulk, please, you gotta understand.
Or to seriously compare Artorias and John Fallen with the intent to prove that there's at least some inspiration there, let alone plagiarism. We're not even gonna talk about that because you have to be... it's not even about being blind anymore.
Are those black wings? There's only one person that could have black wings, and that's Alduin from fucking Skyrim. You see what I'm saying here? You see what I'm saying?
Or you'd have to be dead. You know, you'd have to be flatlined, brain dead completely to make that assessment. But anyway, continuing here, if we were to prove at least some inspiration there, you'd at least need some actually iconic element to be lifted. Not a standard pose of a man holding a sword with one hand, which is present in every goddamn video game ever to have a fucking man and a...
Is that the Red Cross? There's only one person that can have the Red Cross, and it's not the fucking blood donation. Listen, the only people that can have the Red Cross, you motherfucker, the only person that can have the Red Cross are these motherfuckers right here. The only people that can have it. You need to change it. You need to change it.
A sword in it. Jesus. Nor a piece of fabric around someone's neck and shoulder area. Like, I mean, holy crap, just off the top of my head here, there's a...
What is that game, by the way? What is that game? Well, no, now I'm serious. What is this game? Des, what is this game? This game looks cool. Anybody? You don't see it? Also, God, where do I get this game? I'll figure it out.
Neck and shoulder area. Like, I mean, holy crap, just off the top of my
It's oh God, it is Valhalla. Never mind.
head here, there's Assassin's Creed Valhalla armor sets with stuff like that. In Kingdom Come Deliverance, you can also equip shit like that over your actual armor, and that one isn't even fantasy, where you design characters to look even cooler. What manner of copium are we dealing with here? Skyrim has that kind of thing. Darksiders 1 and 2 have that kind of thing too. Darksiders 1 might even be older than Dark Souls. I don't even know. Like, brother, what...
Does anybody want to be a ranger with a green cloak? Shut the fuck up. You can't do that. The only person that can have a green cloak as a ranger is fucking Link from Zelda, okay? You've already missed your chance. You've missed your fucking chance. When I saw Lord of the Rings and I saw Aragorn smoking a pipe alone, the Strider with a green cape over his back with a sword and a bow, I was furious. I was like, I got up off of my fucking chair and I was like, how fucking dare you? And then I just walked out and he was like, what the fuck was that?
are we doing here?
Robin Hood? Oh shit. Link needs to talk to Robin Hood. Oh my god, Robin Hood came first. Oh shit.
The first Lords of the Fallen game from 2014, the one that sucked that nobody wanted to play, has that shit.
$2021.
One that sucked that nobody wanted to play, has that shit.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
From Software did not invent the concept of shawls or ripped cloaks dripped over armor, okay? To claim any such thing about Artorias, you'd need Artorias' actual characteristics, or at least more iconic pieces of his look, such as his headwear. You know, that wolf helm of his. I don't even see where it looks like a wolf, but regardless, I believe that's its name. And the wolf sigil is his sigil. You'd need that shit, with the plume going down the back preferably, which John Fallen's helmet does not have. Also, his pose is all wrong. Artorias doesn't stand upright with his sword, he has a broken arm or a broken shoulder, so he's generally hunched over or leaning a bit. The fabric around John Fallen's neck and shoulders is also very loose.
I know Decembro is trying to break it down on everything that's wrong with this, but I'm gonna say this right now. None of this fucking matters, because people are retarded now. These children are fucking retarded. We're millennials, okay? We get this shit, okay? We're old enough to figure out 2 + 2 = 4. But the fucking school system, the fucking school board, they failed these children, okay? These mothers and fathers have failed their kids. And they just, now they're on the internet and they're retarded, okay?
It doesn't look nor serve the same purpose as Artorias, which actually goes all the way up to his face, serving as a bit of a scarf to mask his abyss-ridden face. Even the character build is off. Artorias is tall and lean. John Fallen looks like he was designed to carry fucking logs around. He's bulky. Artorias' concept screams Fallen Knight, almost more of a wraith than a human. A figure of terror in the distance whose face you can even see even though they don't even have a full face helmet. John Fallen, unlike his name that I just gave him myself, doesn't scream Fallen Knight at all. He's very much alive and he's just not the type of terrifying, almost non-human figure that Artorias of the Abyss presents. If you're going to take inspiration of a character to try and create your own in-universe version of them, why the fuck are you missing so many of these concepts and so many of these characteristics? This picture is just a big dude with a giant serrated sword. He's here to haul logs and saw them in half. That's it. He's a logging man. No, seriously, like, come on, man. What are these comparisons? At the very least, John Fallen should have his armor tainted and torn by some form of black oozing substance, which is another characteristic of Artorias, because of being tainted by the Abyss. This looks more like a classic situation of hating a studio for no goddamn reason. These people just hate this studio either because they're FromSoft purists who can enjoy any other Souls-like,
Lords of the Fallen devs are desperate to attract an anti-woke chud audience, so when their uninspired Souls clone flops, they can come to their defense and say the wokes are trying to ruin its reputation, make this game of the year. So you mean to tell me that these fucking whack jobs out here are disingenuous, coming out and saying, doesn't this look like Artorias? Doesn't this look like the Night Rain Wilder guy? So they don't even believe it, because so we're right back to square one, what I said. The only reason that they're doing this, the only reason at all for doing this, is because the chuds like the game. So they're just gonna make up random shit in order to, you know, for them to lose customers, basically. Oh, Asmongold likes the game and it attracts the chuds. Well, I'm just gonna make up some bullshit, and I'm just like, now it all makes sense. See, there was no reason to, you know, to compare, because they're just gonna goalpost it and talk about something else.
Nuh-uh, all the others are inferior, and so, therefore, we're just going to play Elden Ring for the 556th time this month. Or because their Redditors still mad at the studio for ideological reasons.
Exactly.
And so when they're presented with solid proof that this couldn't have been plagiarized for Wilder, they just go further back and pick an older game to be like, oh, actually, it's not even Wilder, it's actually Artorias, which if you weren't a tourist and you were a cool guy like me who gets laid every day,
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
You'd know that is actually the inspiration for Wilder, even though both of these motherfuckers look nothing alike. Like, let's stop the coping and the bullshit, okay? The campaign failed. Which brings me to this other style of coping, which is even dumber. Bro, it's just a joke, bro. Like, bro, it's not that deep, bro. I'm just saying they look alike, bro. It's just a prank, bro. All I'm doing is feeding into these ridiculous accusations of AI and plagiarism, bro. It's almost as if these people expected developers like Ryan Hill, who spent the whole day...
It's not a joke. This is from somebody from CI Games that works there. It's not a joke for the very talented artists that pour hearts and hours into these designs and who currently face the very harsh reality that AI might one day replace them in some industry. Not saying it will. I get what you guys mean, but it's just a joke. No, you guys weren't joking. Stop. You guys were not joking, okay? As soon as we unveil the lie, you guys are gonna turn around and say like it's just a joke. No, we see your bullshit, and now it's permanently online, and we'll remember your ass. This is again another goalpost. So when they get found out, they're just like, hey, we're just kidding, bruh. This is the type of person that needs to get punched in the face. I'm sorry, it is. So there's a couple of things that I learned as a kid. What is you got to stop playing around. And also, it's not even a good joke either. It's not even close to being a joke. You literally tried to what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically defamation.
Responding to false accusations by posting the evidence that it wasn't plagiarized, to just shut up and go away. Just shut up, stop taking it seriously, it's just a joke and a meme, bro. Like, yeah, sure. I mean, last month we had a massive AI shitstorm that had Larian developers attacked by a deranged mob of retards, sending them threats and shit just because they said that they're experimenting with AI tools. Then we also had Expedition 33 be disqualified from the Indie Game Awards and also attacked by the same deranged mob online for also having used an AI picture as a placeholder years ago during development that isn't even in the game anymore. And earlier last year, we had Marathon get absolutely slaughtered online after getting
Now that was true plagiarism. That wasn't even plagiarism, what Marathon did. What they did was straight up stealing. I hope that woman got her money.
Exposed for plagiarizing an independent artist's work. So yeah, totally. I mean, why would the Lords of the Fallen 2 developers be upset about this? It's not like AI is an insanely contentious topic in the games industry right now, and it's also totally not like plagiarism can ruin an entire game's and studio's reputation. Why would they be upset? Like, damn guys, chill guys, it's just a joke, guys. It's not that deep, guys. It's just your fucking livelihood being put at risk over blatant lies manufactured and pushed by people who have a personal bone to pick against the studio over politics. Just relax. And what's even crazier about it is that originally, Artorias and many other aspects of Dark Souls were directly inspired by Berserk. This is a thing that Miyazaki doesn't even hide. Like, everyone knew this, he made it very clear. And nobody cared, because it was basically great art inspiring new art. So even if it was true, and that design or any other was inspired by Artorias or whatever other game from, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, whatever it may be, it still shouldn't be a problem, because inspiration is not a malicious rip-off job. But for the Lords of the Fallen team, they're basically in an uphill battle because they got nutcases that hate them just for existing.
Exactly.
So even if something comes up and is stupid, such as accusations like these, they'll get signal boosted into full-on controversies. And I don't know how much of this the individual developers at the studio are willing to take when they're literally doing nothing wrong. Like, it's one thing when
if anything, it's going to embolden them to work harder. I think the team has enough testosterone to make it home and make their game. Because it's mostly just dudes that you see that work on Lords of the Fallen. It doesn't look like any of the individuals, including Jack Sparrow, wants to quit at any time. They're here for the long haul, and they're not going to have anybody stomp out what they love. And I can respect that. Even with Sven Vinka. Because a lot of people were like, so you're not going to do AI? And Sven Vinka was like, I'm still going to do AI. I thought, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
You screw up and you have to be accountable. The internet can be relentless, of course, and it sucks, but the bad action is still there at the source. But here, there is no bad action. Dudes release concept art of characters and armor sets and get lied about and accused of being evil developers making games for sets and get...
Are you going to change this outfit for the female? Because, she looks like a Lady Liberty with that mask on. Are you gonna change that? Are you gonna change? See what I mean? See how retarded I sound?
Lied about and accused of being evil developers making games for the wrong type of people. At the end of the day, it's pretty damn interesting how the game's media doesn't do shit to defend them. Oh, they'll defend every developer that has ever gone to social media to insult their own fan bases.
They were ready to defend Black Ops 7 even though they had AI because Activision has money. That's why. They're like, I hate AI. And they saw Black Ops literally have fucking generative AI. And they were just like, like I said, GTA 6 is going to come out and there's going to be baddies everywhere. And guess what they're going to do? Right back up again.
For criticism, or defend them for doing other inhumane shit like the Sucker Punch developer, you know, the one who celebrated a political assassination last year. But for actual innocent developers being accused of plagiarism and AI use when there's evidence that they didn't, suddenly they're quiet. Ain't that something? Anyway, I'm out, guys. Thanks for watching. Consider leaving the video a like if you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and have yourselves a good day out there. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Yeah, I think that this is a good video. This is Decembro. Check him out, leave a like. I'll go ahead and share this right now. Yeah, good video. Good video.